Good morning, Canadian Yarn Hoard. My name's Alyssa, and today we're going to make a bag. The bag is called the Bloch stitch. So this is the stitch you're going to be doing. We're going to be doing today. That's what it's going to look like. It's going to be white and purple instead. I'm going to move you over to the overhead cam, and we'll get started. All right. So here's the yarn. This is an older yarn that I did get from Walmart. They do not sell it anymore. It is one of my favorites. However, it is a 6 bulky yarn, and it does recommend a 6mm needle. It doesn't say a hook, so I'm going to use a 6mm hook. As I said, another good yarn to use instead of it, because I do know that this is no longer continued. You could use this. It is a Lion Brand Landscapes. It is very similar. It isn't quite the same, but it is. This says it's a 4mm, but it does recommend a 6mm needle and a 6.5mm hook. So you could use that, or there are any 6mm hook yarn. So what we're going to do, and then I am using the 6mm hook. So now I'm going to find my center pole, and I'm going to start the base, and the base of this, what we want to do is about 25 stitches, I'll say. So I'm going to chain 1, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now I'm going to keep doing this until I have 25, actually 27, because you want to have your 2 stitch extra, and then turning chain. So I will be back in a minute once I have my chain. So now that I do have my my chain, what I'm going to do is turn. So there's 1, 2, and I would normally do the back, and I can, but I'm just going to do here, and we're just going to do a single crochet base. So we're going to do this for about 6 inches, allowing the base to be about 6 inches big. It will be just straight single crochet. So I am going to finish that, and when I come back, I will show you what we're going to do next. So I will finish up my my base, and then we will get working on the actual block stitch. I do hope to earn your like and subscription today. I do hope to hear from you in the comments, whether you have a question, a comment, or a concern, by all means, or if you just want to say hello. As I said, I'm just going to keep motoring on this, and when I come back, I will have the base done. So I actually ended up doing 6.5, not a big deal, a little bit longer. So now what you're going to do is I'm going to go put a stitch marker in here. And then I'm going to go around 1 time with this white around the bottom. So you're just going to go in each stitch, and on the corner stitches you're going to do 3 stitches on this row only. So you just keep single crocheting along. And as you get closer to the edge, you're just going to make sure you pay attention to which one is the corner stitch. So if you can see a little better, there's 2 stitches there, so that's 1. And there's 1 stitch there. You do 3 in this stitch. 1, 2, 3. Now, as you go along, you notice that's a row, so you put a stitch in it. That's a row, you put a stitch in it. Same here, and you just continue all the way along, making sure that each row gets a stitch, a single crochet stitch. And as we come up to the next corner, you're going to do the same thing. So 3 stitches in the corner stitch. That's how you go around a corner, and it will keep it even and nice. And then there's your last stitch, so you're going to go 1, 2, and 3, and then you're just going to single crochet each of these stitches. And this is why I like a stitch marker if at the beginning of a bag or something like that, because that way you know exactly where your row begins, where you're going to follow along each time. It just takes all the guesswork out of it on a project like this. Hello, Salem. So I'm going to keep going along. I'm going to pause it, and we'll be back when this row's done. So we just did 3 around the turn, and now you're going to slip stitch in the first stitch. But I'm not going to pull it through both because I'm going to change color here so that I have a secondary color. And you're going to chain 3, 2, 3, and you're just going to pull that tight. And now you're going to double crochet in each single crochet that went around the border. So you're just going to double crochet in each one. Now you do leave the yarns attached. If you carry them up on the inside, they should not be very noticeable. And it does minimize how much darning in you have to do. You're just going to go around each single crochet just like this. You're not going to add on, so you're just going to do the exact number of single crochets you have. So the 3 around each corner, you're done with that because you're going upwards. You don't want to add any stitches on. So you don't add any more stitches, you just stick with the same number you have going around the outside perimeter. But you're making a bag, so you don't want to increase on this. I'll show you around the first corner. And this yarn is very lovely to work with. The best thing I can say that it's similar to is either a Loops and Threads It's called Loops and Threads Simply Soft, but it could be wrong on that. Or the Caron Simply Soft, where it's a little more smooth. And this yarn does very well actually in the washing machine, this particular one. So if you were to use Caron, you could either double or triple up to get the same size, or you would use a much smaller hook. And you can do the same thing with a much smaller yarn and smaller hook, but I do find I like the thicker yarns, especially for a bag. And you're just going to go around the entire outer border of the single crochets you did, just like this. So I will be back when we're done the next row. Okay, so I finished this row. Now you're going to pull the white up. 1, 2. You're going to skip 2 double crochet, 3 double crochet, and single crochet in that. So you're now 1, 2, skip 3, single crochet. 1, 2, skip 3, single crochet. 1, 2, single crochet. 1, 2, and remember, you're not trimming the arm. You're going to keep them both attached. 2, single crochet. 1, 2, single crochet. You're going to do that all the way around. And basically you're going to repeat each 2 single crochet. You're going to repeat that all the way around, and I will come back when I'm done that. So now that we're on to the next row, we're going to do the same as the first row. So 1, 2, 3. You're just going to do that out, and you see that hole there? 1, 2. And you're just going to do 3 in each one. The only reason you only do 2 is because you've got that chain, which is 1 double crochet. And that is what you're going to do to repeat that. I'm going to measure this bag over here. I'll see how many inches I have to do. So I'm just going to leave that there for a quick second. Bring the bag back over. We're just gonna, so I would say probably about 8 inches is what I'm going to do. I want it a little bit larger than this little bag. So I'm going to do 8 inches. When I come back, I will have my 8 inches and I will show you how I did the handles. So I just almost have it done. The problem is they did just run out of yarn out of the first ball of purple. So I'm just going to add the second. I should only need 1 more purple row. So for the base, so I'm just going to add this. So I'm just going to, and what I like to do when I add is I just tie a knot, a good and tight knot. Tie it really tight, really give it a good pull. And then I'm just going to keep going. So I will be back when I'm done. It shouldn't take me long now. I only have 1 more row to do with it. So I will be back when I'm done the next 2 rows, and I'll show you how to do the handles. Okay, so now that I'm done that last row, what you're going to do is you're going to grab the white, and you're only going to do, so you're going to do 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, and there is the extent of what you're going to do for the handle. Now, what you want to do is, actually, I'm going to 1, 2, and you're going to bring that purple thread along with you, and you're going to go 1, 1, 2, and you're going to go 1. So now you're going to grab your purple thread, 1, 2, 3, turn, and just working on these 2 is going to be your handle. And you're going to do that for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 17 rows. So you're going to do this for 17 rows. I will be back when we have that. And you are going to bring the white with you like you did the purple. You're going to do this for the whole handle, just because that way you don't have to worry about having your yarn near you. So you're just going to carry it with you. So you're just going to 2 and 3. And you're going to do this with each thread 17 times. So you're going to turn again, and you're going to bring the working yarn with you. So you're just going to so this one you're only going to have 2 of the whites. 1. Actually, no, I'm supposed to have 3, so I will find a spot here. Just put a white in. 1, 2. That, and 1, 2. And it's just going to go through the last stitch. 2, 3. I will be back when we have this handle done. So I only did 10 on this. I decided I wanted to do the final row as white because my last row is purple. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to darn this little guy in. And I didn't do 17 because this is actually a larger yarn than I used on the last one. So, and I don't like too large handles on my bag. So there's 1 tied in. Now I'm going to tie the purple in. And then I'm going to attach the handle. And then we're just going to go to the opposite end of the bag and do the exact same thing. So 10 on 2 clusters. So now tighten that up, trim that one, trim that one. Now you want to grab the bag. That's the back. Here's the front. So you're just going to attach it to that cluster right there. The one directly across from it. So you're just going to go in. Actually, I like to do the inside, so we're just going to go here. Just going to go in. Just going to darn around it, just making sure you get all the stitches properly darned in. And then go backwards so that you really get a good tight attachment there. So there's that handle. So there's the handle. So now what you're going to do is you're going to find, there's that corner, and you're going to follow it up. You're going to grab your yarn, and you're going to go 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. And then you're going to take purple. You're going to attach the purple just like you would. 1, 2, and 3. Turn. Remembering to bring that yarn tail with you. Then 2, 1, 2, and 3. You're going to end up having a 4th one with your chain here, but that's all right because that'll look better than the last one did. 1, 2, and 3. So now I'm going to continue this on until I have the 10 stitches, and then we will attach it and I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. So there we have it. There's the bag. Oh, no, I think I twisted it. Shoot. And so that will be the bag. That will be how it looks when it's full. I hope to earn your like and subscription. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you again.